Hey runners, whether you're training for your first 5K or your 10th marathon, injuries don't have to be part of the journey. At Back in Action in Concord, New Hampshire, we specialize in keeping runners just like you strong, healthy, and on the road. We put together a free guide covering injury prevention and recovery. This is built for runners by runners. Download it for free in the show notes. And don't wait for something to hurt. Get the guide, stay in the game.
And he's like, yeah, I thought you guys were a couple too, but you guys are just like them. And I was like, well, we are actually a couple. And he was like, what? Oh my God, you guys are a couple?
1, 2, 3, 4.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to our first episode of the Summer of Love series on the On the Runs podcast, brought to you by Back in Action, Cairo, and H. I hope all you had a great 4th of July weekend and made it through that heat wave. Right now, 6-star Erica is ramping up for 72 hours with the horseflies again at Notchview. And we have an amazing first 2 guests to premiere our Summer of Love series. But first, I must say hello to my kick-ass rockstar of a co-host, 6-star Erica. What's up?
What's going on, buddy? It's so funny you mentioned the horseflies. They're going to be no match for my electric fly swatter that I bought. This thing is going to be so much fun. I will get content because these things will pop when they hit this.
Oh, that's good. You know, at the camper, camping, massive, the Will Michael from Will Run For knows this. The mosquitoes, they're like the king of mosquitoes. They're massive, and actually bought like this thing that zaps them that you just hang, right? You hang outside. Well, the kids left the door to the camper open. So, of course, all the bugs get in there. So I took that thing in the camper, turned it on when we slept. It was like a little nightlight, and you kept hearing the bzz, bzz,
It's so satisfying, though.
You should have
love it.
seen it the next morning. It was like a massacre. It was a slaughter fest. And none of us got bitten by bugs all night. It was great. But
that
Erica,
is the moral of the story.
yes. But 6-star, we have an amazing 2 guests to premiere our Summer of Love series. Tell everyone who's coming on the podcast.
We could not think of 2 better people to feature as our first couple on the Summer of Love. We are so excited to have Tracy and Eric Eastman on the pod today. So you guys may remember we had Tracy on for just a couple of minutes when we were doing our live show at the Manchester City Marathon. And we just knew that we had to get her back along with her husband, Eric, and just hear about their epic love story. So we're just so excited to have them on the pod today.
I can't wait. And he spells his name the right way. But before we get to Tracy and Eric, I just want to thank our partners who jumped on board for this series. Absolutely incredible. My Race Tatts is sticking around. They're amazing. They've been with us for over a year if you count like the fundraising for last year's marathons. OOfos is jumping back on again. Last year, they donated gift cards for the raffle. This year, they are our product sponsor, giving each guest a free pair of OOfos. How incredible is that? That's 16 pairs of OOfos, Erica.
So epic. It is going to help everyone recover in style.
And then our premier guest featured sponsor for this episode is Dr. Frank from Back in Action, New Hampshire. And you remember we had him on in our live show a couple months ago in Keene, and his place is in Concord, New Hampshire. It's amazing. I checked it out. I'm going to fill you guys in more on that later throughout this series. You're going to love this place. Go check it out. So support them. And Erica, what should they do in the show notes?
Please go check out the show notes. We have the link to go to Back in Action Cairo. And if you can, please fill out the form for their pain-free running guide. It's going to help you guys out so much. And if you live in the area, give Dr. Frank a call to stay pain-free and keep the engine running all the time.
Guys, sponsors, partners, thank you so much. This is so cool.
Thanks, Dr. Frank.
But enough of us. 6-star, take us to our amazing guest.
Without further ado, we have Tracy and Eric Eastman on the On the Runs podcast.
Our next guests on the pod are 2 New Hampshire's finest who have been supporting us since day one. There's almost no running event locally where you won't see them out there running. And if they're not running, they're out there supporting everyone else. Needless to say, we are wicked excited to welcome Eric and Tracy to the On the Runs podcast. Finally, guys, how you doing? What's up?
Thank you for having us.
Woo!
Oh,
We're
I'm so
excited to be
glad
here.
to see you. Yay.
Yay.
Actually, seeing you like twice in what, like a 4-day span? Like that's
Right.
that's
Right.
pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Let's
How's
talk
everything
about that,
been going?
actually.
Oh,
You were at just the other day, the Hollis Fast 5K, and I think it was kind of a battle between who went there and who went to the Happy Hour Hustle, and
That's
you guys
right.
picked the better-looking one of the pod fam, 6-star Erica.
That's right.
That's
Exactly.
right. That's right.
Yeah.
We heard the better of you two were going to the Hollis Fast 5K, so that's the direction we opted for.
Yeah. It was also downhill. I think that was one of them
Exactly.
where the Londonderry 5K had a big hill in it, and I did not know that hill was coming. I thought it was all rail
Downhill?
trail.
Big hill.
Yeah.
Downhill.
We
Big
picked
hill.
the right one, it sounds like.
Yes. How was the 5K? Like, was it fast or was it hot? How was your day?
So it was really hot, but that's historically hot race. I think any time we've ever run it is hot. It was really fast. It was really, it was a great race. Now you do hit some spots where it feels like it's uphill, even though it's not necessarily, but it feels it. And so you go a little slower, but even so, you just get a great PR every time. At least I do. So
Mm-hmm.
it was
I have a
good.
fun fact about this year's race. So I've been running it since 2018, I think, because Strava like pops it all in one thing. Like you did this, like this is your matched runs, and I
Oh,
clicked them, and I was looking through all of the like heat data and stuff like that. This past one was the hottest one that I have done
it
by like
was?
several
Okay.
degrees.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. So this one was tough. So I
Yeah.
commend you for still getting out there and running it. And Eric was out there on his bike. And
Yeah,
I was going to say that.
I had a bib, but coincidentally, I got out of the car and my legs just weren't feeling it. And I had just gotten a bike from my father that was still in the car. And I went, would you be upset if I bike supported instead? She's like, of course not. So I rode my bike to the start and then I supported on the way down.
And
It's still
wheels
fun.
going downhill is like effortless.
I only gave myself credit for 3 miles, even though I biked 6.
ah.
You have to get
So
up the
wait.
hill.
So was it a PR for both of you, Erica and Tracy?
It was not a PR for me because back in probably 18 or 19, I ran that one in just under 28 minutes. I was in really good shape. I was probably 30 pounds lighter. I was running a lot faster then. This last couple years after I had my knee injury, I'm running slower. I've gained some weight. But I ran faster this time than I've run in probably a couple years. So
That's
Still
awesome.
getting out there, though.
You know what?
Yeah,
That deserves
awesome.
one of these,
Mhm.
though.
Yep. And I missed mine by like 2 minutes, and I blew up in the first like mile. So rookie mistake, am I right?
that heat really got you. It felt like you were just burning from the inside, and I had to stop and just drink water and stop. And had I not done that, I would have PR'd probably.
Lots of kids spraying water along the
Yeah.
way, which
Isn't
was
that the
kind of cute
best?
and fun.
Best.
It's
Yeah.
the best. We were just talking before, like we all jumped on together, but does it feel like the heat has come quicker this year?
Yes.
It's usually not this hot. And I
This
know this
soon.
is a few weeks ahead of when it comes out, but it feels like it got hot really fast. Like overnight, it just all of a sudden hit the heat, the humidity. It's like stay in your room with the AC on now.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just had 6 inches of snow in the yard the other day, and now it's a heat wave. That's
Right,
New
right.
England. That's
We
New
just
England.
had a
Where we live.
snowstorm in Mount Washington too, for legit.
Yeah.
Yep.
But anyways, guys, I'm so excited. You're episode 1 of our new summer series. We're still trying to figure out the name, but Eric and I were thinking like Summer of Love or something.
Aw.
We'll put out an Instagram poll for names later, but you are our first guest. Thank you for being a part of this
Yay.
series. And my first question in my notes here is, do you remember the first time when the 4 of us all met?
I sure do. Do you?
She'd have to tell me. No, Tracy.
Yeah.
Tracy, tell me when
Yeah,
the
you
4
don't
of us
remember?
first met.
So it was St. Patrick's Day half marathon, correct?
That's right.
We
We were like 10 episodes in on this podcast.
This
Right,
is
you were
right after
new to the
Sarah's
pod.
episode dropped, right?
Yes.
Yes, and Mike and Sarah introduced us to you guys. We're at the Thirsty Moose, and I started listening to you guys faithfully starting then. Now,
And you've
over,
been a supporter ever since. One of the
over the
best.
last few months, I haven't been
geez.
as caught up on the pod, but
Shh, you don't have to say that. You're fine.
You can cut that out.
Still our top fan.
I remember that day very well. I remember like the post race very well. One, I was feeling incredible. Like I was in great shape then too. Some time has passed and I've gained weight too. And we've all like flows, right? But I
Right.
remember that. And I just remember you're in this group of people, of your friends. Sarah and Mike were part of that. And just you and your friends were so welcoming right then in that moment. And ever since that day, whenever I run into one of you, whether you're together or not, whether like Eric's on the bike or something, I hear him just yell, "Go Eric!" Or whether you're out there, you're yelling for us and you see us, like that's been one of my favorite parts was just how welcoming you are. And then it goes beyond that to all your support for other runners, because my daughter warmed you up for your support run at the hamster wheel.
You sure did. It was a tough cookie. She cracked the whip on me.
She was.
That I remember.
I was like,
Yeah.
Adeline, my leg has never bent in that direction. Like she just does her.
You're
like,
not doing it right. I'm like,
power kick.
I'm old. I can't do it like you can.
I never could do that. That's way outside of my wheelhouse.
She was fun.
But yeah, that was a big moment. That was our first time ever walking around, handing out stickers, saying this is us, this is who we are. That's the first time I also met Tara Pterodactyl. A lot of you,
Right.
because for me, Erica was very into the running scene, like signing up for races, doing
I
races,
would do all the races, yeah.
knowing
Right.
the people. I was the one running and doing everything by myself, and just Erica and I connected because we were friends for 20 years, and it's like,
Right.
let's do long runs together, but I don't do many local races. The way you welcomed me was like, I'm in. I want to be
Aw.
part. So that was it for me, and I wanted to share that. And that
I
was when we
appreciate you
met,
sharing
so
that. That means a
Yeah.
lot.
That's awesome.
It was awesome. It was
We
awesome.
get as
But-
much out of it as people tell us. I love cheering for
Yeah.
people. It fills me up, and people are so receptive, and I hear things afterwards, oh, thanks for cheering. So no, I love doing it.
Speaking of which, it's one of the reasons I'm actually with Eric, because he was one of my first cheerleaders and just building me up. And I wasn't even a runner back then. I didn't consider myself a runner. And, oh, you're doing great. And I'm like, I'm not even a real runner, And so his cheering was like part of the reason I loved the run club, is like, wow,
At the Dome.
these people
Dome.
at the Dome are
Yeah.
so welcoming. And I felt the same way. And it was Mr. Eastman over here.
When you joined the running club in Milford.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that was a running
rounded up
club
being
that
the running club in Manchester.
Uh-huh. I remember hearing that story.
Yeah.
We fixed that. I just
Glad
made her
you-
move to Manchester.
Beautiful
worked.
thing. I'm glad you did.
Well, let's hear. I know we said ladies first, but Tracy did jump on our live podcast back last November at the Manchester Marathon. So we heard that story a little bit, and we can touch up on it. But where you joined and thought it was Manchester, it was Milford. That was the Millennium Running Club. But Eric, let's hear a little bit about your story. Give us a little bit, catch us up to speed here on who you were before those days when you met Tracy in the bubble.
I ran track and field in high school. I started in middle school. Wasn't actually very good in middle school. And then Londonderry High School started their middle school when I was in 7th grade. So I went to 7th and 8th grade in Londonderry Middle School. And the other reason I bring that up is they had a brand new track program. So in 8th grade, I broke the 400-meter school record that a classmate of I had the year before. So it gave me just a hint of confidence to maybe continue running a
hell
little
yeah.
bit. And then enter college, and a buddy of mine, another Eric, I saw pole vaulting. So I started pole vaulting. So I pole vaulted all through high school and college. I was a decathlete. And then once I got into being an adult and had kids, I got away from it. I think it's a very similar story to a lot of people. You get away from it, and then one day you just say to yourself, wow, I need to do something. And I started running again. Did the Shamrock Shuffle in 2011. Kind of bumped into John Mortimer. I remember John from Londonderry High School. And shortly thereafter, I think in 2012, I joined the club and just have been part of the club ever since. Did my first marathon in 2017, my only marathon in 2017, but super, super, super proud moment getting that under my belt. So
real quick, what marathon was that?
the Manchester City.
Okay, you picked a good one. And then back to high school. Did you go to high school with John?
I'm slightly older than him, like 6 or 7 or 8 years older than him.
Okay.
But I was coaching the pole vault when he was running in high school.
Oh, no way.
So and he's famous to everybody. So he
Well,
would
he's like Foot Locker
he would make
athlete of
jokes
the year or
about
something.
becoming a pole vaulter because he's like a beanpole and could never do it. But he used to love running by and making comments to all the pole vaulters when we were practicing.
That's
Oh,
cool.
man. I am
Yeah.
so intrigued about athletes who do like pole vaulting and discus. Like, how do you actually get into that? Like, say, like I think I want to jump over this big ass bar, like up in the air. Like,
It's
how do they
literally
teach you?
kind of a competitor friend of mine was doing it. And,
Mhm.
and I don't know how he started. And I literally was just like, if he's going to do it, I'm going to do it.
All
And I was
right,
always like
fascinating.
parkouring everything my whole life. So that's just another version of parkour in my mind.
That's so cool.
So
You were the founder.
yeah, parkour.
I'm just getting like Michael Scott vibes, like parkour.
All the time.
I was gonna say it's pretty much
Um,
what he does all the time.
But no, I absolutely loved it. I would still do it today if my body could handle it. But yeah.
Well, you could
That's
still
so cool.
coach. I was thinking, like, how does somebody actually get into that? Erica asked that question. I would imagine, like, if there's a high school track and field coach, they might be able to kind of pick out of the crowd what athletes would be a good pole vaulter or a high jumper or a discus thrower. Like, probably a lot of it has to do with the coach. Like, nobody. Like, I decided to start playing ice hockey when I saw a Boston Bruins game on TV. That's something like that, right? Nobody like watches TV and sees a discus throw and it's like, I want to do the discus.
Right.
It probably takes somebody
Javelin, I don't know.
to pick you out of the crowd.
That's interesting. I do think that you gravitate towards things that you kind of feel. I felt it and tried it. I do think your football players pick up a shot put. Now, because they have a shot put, they naturally throw a discus. Maybe
Okay.
they do a javelin, but usually some leaner people do a javelin because there's some speed involved. People that aren't quite fast enough for the 100-meter, well, maybe they can run the 100-meter hurdles. Like I don't know, you just kind of find your way in. I mean, you're just finding track at all in the first place.
Mm.
Usually they say the geeky, dorky kids that can't play football run track. But anyway.
But that
I
kind of
just
makes
thought-
it more inclusive, right? Like if you may not have had luck doing another sport, try this. Like, give it a
Absolutely.
shot.
And to your point about the cheering and feeling welcomed, at least the clubs that I've been part of with Millennium,
Mhm.
you can be, the fastest runner that you've ever seen, and you can be, 16-minute, 17-minute miles, and everybody welcomes everybody.
A mile is a mile, and you're
love,
still
love, love
moving
that.
forward.
Exactly.
So, Eric, you were in the Millennium Running Club long before you met Tracy, or just
Yep.
say a little before. And do you recall, like, the first time you met Tracy?
Yeah, 100%. Can I tell you when I fell in love with her?
You could give me the whole story, spare
Okay.
no details.
So she kind of mentioned me welcoming her at the Dome, and I didn't really single her out. No offense.
I didn't single you
but
out.
I
either,
cheered for everybody in between laps or whatever. And then after, I think it was the Fat Tuesday 5K.
Yep.
If you guys remember the Fat Tuesday 5K, it was the nighttime run they had in downtown
Mhm.
Manchester. And we were all at the Moose, coincidentally, where the four of us met.
Yep.
And I invited them over because we had, been chums enough to hang out. Hey, come over to our table.
Yeah.
And we just started chit-chatting, and I mentioned Tough Mudder to Tracy. And Tracy goes, I'm in. And I went, I'm in love with this woman. I'm going to marry this. I didn't really think quite that, but I literally fell in love with her at that moment. Now, it was years later before we officially dated. We,
Mhm.
were in different parts of our lives at the time, but that's her. Like,
He goes,
Trace, do you want to blah, blah, blah?
Do you know anything
Yes,
about
I'm in.
Tough Mudder at all? I'm like, no. He goes, do you want to try it? I'm like, yeah, sure, I'm in. And that's who I am.
Free
Okay.
spirit. She's
You
up
said
for
yes before you
anything,
learned about
adventurous.
getting electrocuted.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes. To this day, we have videos back and forth where I was training for Tough Mudder. She sends me a video. She's sitting at a kitchen table, popping Doritos in her mouth, going, Tough Mudder training. And it was the funniest thing ever. It was like weeks before Tough Mudder, and that was her version of training, I guess, to kind of pick on me.
And that's why
awesome.
I love Tracy. Absolutely.
Thank you.
Oh my
Tracy,
gosh.
bring us up to speed a little bit. Remind everyone who may have missed or it was months ago, but bring us a little bit up to speed on what got you to join that running club that you thought was in Manchester but turned out to be in Milford.
It was in Milford, and it was actually Manchester. So in the
That's
winter
right.
time,
You were in Milford.
yeah. So I lived in Jaffrey, New Hampshire, and Milford's about half an hour. And I was going through my divorce. My brother was a runner. He had like a little running club, and I would go to it and walk sometimes. And then there was a guy on the parents group in my school, and he was a runner. And he said, "Yeah, I'm going to join this run club, and they go to the Dome in Milford." And I was like, "Oh, that sounds interesting. Maybe I'll join. It'll be something for me to get out of the house, good stress reliever." So I joined this run club in Milford. Once a week I go. My parents babysit for my kids because they're young. And I meet all these people, amazing people, great running friends. I meet Eric, but a bunch of our running friends that we have still to this day. And so that session ends in March. So they said, okay, the next, session in the spring is going to be at blah, blah, blah in Manchester. And I said, so I think I might have asked Jen Mortimer, when do you guys come back to Milford? And they were like, next winter. And I was like, I just joined a running club an hour away from my house, and I like all these people.
Damn it.
So I then was committed, and then I drove an hour every week on Tuesday night to go to the run club. And my parents and my sister-in-law and all of my family helped me out so I could go start my running career. So it was great. I was like, well, there I am. I joined this run club, met this guy.
They're definitely worth it. All of you.
It was worth it.
Yeah, you guys are still part of the Millennium Run Club. And
Yeah.
this is the first year that I've joined. I actually haven't been able to make it to half of that stuff, but I just love you guys so much. Like you said, everyone is welcoming and cheers everyone on. And it's the kind of club that I want to be a part of because everybody just has so much love for everybody else.
Right. Yeah. And it was just so welcoming back then. And nobody seemed to care that I was like, a 12-minute mile and like struggling at that. And everybody was cheering you on. And you're like, whoa, I'm embarrassed because I don't even know how to run in front of people. And I don't think I'm a runner. And it just brought me such great stress relief. Going through divorce is hard. And it was one of those things that I could do for myself. And it emotionally made me happy. I was like, wow, this is so great. So it just was, that's how I got into running. It was a stress relief. It mentally made me feel better. Then I meet all these amazing people and, we do all these miles together. They would sometimes come to, my neck of the woods to meet me for a run sometimes, which was great.
That's nice.
A lot of runs in like Peterborough area. So they would come and meet me. So
talk about it's a podcast. No one can see us, but everyone knows what we look like. By no means are any of the four of us fast.
Right.
Where, maybe on an average run, we're running at best 9:30s. If we really want to train hard for something, we could push it. But by no means are we fast. We're not like those tall, skinny, aerodynamic runners. But it seems like, well, 6 stars difference.
I wish. Have you seen my ass? I don't think so.
But what I'm trying to get to here is how welcoming people are, because it can be maybe intimidating signing up for a run club, signing up for something like this, not knowing anybody and thinking, well, I like to run, but I'm not fast. So why would I join a run club?
Right.
Like that. Talk about just the people in the run club really quick, especially early on.
Yeah, for me, that was a big deal. I was one of the slowest in the pack at the time. And I met these two guys, Rick Freeman. I don't know if anybody knows him, but, and then there was another guy and I can't remember his name right now. And I was running with these two guys,
Tony Matos.
Tony, but at the time at the Dome. And they were slower like me and like starting to get back into running over the years. And, it was great because I clicked with them because we're on the same pace and all that stuff. And then, Rick became my running husband because like that's who I could run with. And he had a baby on the way. So we get out there and talk about our families and our kids. And
Aw.
it was super supportive of each other and, two newer runners. And so that was a really great support. And to have that and everybody just cheering for you, even though you're one of the last few people coming in at the end, and everybody's standing there with clapping, and it just builds your morale. And it like you meet these great friends, and it just so supportive and makes you feel good. So,
And I don't even think it's all that sort of complex. Like I'll give you an example. Mark Leprod is one of the fasties, right? And when I first met him and Michelle, they just look at you in the eye and say, "Hi, I'm Mark. I'm Michelle. What's your name? How are you?" Like that simple stuff that you then reciprocate to other people, I think goes a really, really long way.
Yeah, they were key.
Rather than we're in our little bubble because we run X and we don't know where you're at yet. Do you belong in our bubble or not? Like this, it just doesn't go. Now, when we run in our little bubbles, but we also pass each other and, great job. Yeah, great job. Yeah. Back and forth, whether you're running 6 minutes or 16 minutes. Yeah. Just the friendliness.
Yeah, there's no clicks. Nobody cares if you're fast or slow. Yeah. You're just part of the group. You're part of the community. You all get together on Tuesday nights it's Livingston, right? In the summer.
That's one of the
places.
Bubble
in the winter. Yeah. You get together and it's a huge crew and you see everybody who fast and slow, people of all kinds together.
And when I joined, it was much smaller. So I don't know, there would be 40 people there, let's say. And so like I was even more intimidated because it was such a close-knit crowd that I was like, oh God, this is embarrassing. How am I going to do this? But then immediately you just felt like everybody was a family. And they just pat you on the back and nobody leaves till everybody's done kind of thing. And because you're at the Dome, you don't quite get the speed difference. I mean, they pass you 3 times, but everybody's cheering along the way that you just feel like you're part of that group. And that was huge for me.
Yeah.
So
I have to give credit to the run clubs because something I've noticed as I'm getting older, it's hard to make new friends when you're like outside of like school. Like how else are you supposed to make friends? And the run club is the perfect way to do it. Yep. Like you said, you could connect over families or paces or whatever, but like everybody is friendly with everybody. So it's just such a nice way to broaden your friend group and meet new people. And I that's what I'm here for.
The other thing that we've noticed too is like the age differences. Like some of our closest friends are, still having babies and like they're much younger than us, but it doesn't even feel like there's an age difference because we're all just part of this group together. And so like we love the fact that it doesn't matter how old, how young, how fast, it doesn't matter any of that. We're all just there together and we have a good time. So
isn't it great?
That's a really good point that I wasn't thinking. Because we just talked about that the other day with friends that are 20 years younger than us. And we're like, I don't even think of you as
we're peers. We're all peers.
Kid. You're just a friend.
Right.
And it's awesome.
And then we really got to know each other a couple years ago because on Wednesday nights, I used to have every Wednesday free. So I signed up. The two of us, Erica and I, both signed up for Run, try to say it really fast, Run, Walk, Brew.
Right.
And which I have to get back to too.
Yeah, that's really when we got to get to know each other. And it wasn't the run that was my favorite part. It was after for the brew.
Yeah,
we would hang out wherever the spot it was that Chris set up. But we would hang out, have some drinks. That's where I really got to know Eric. And if he wasn't running, he was out there riding his bike, cheering everyone on. That's one of my favorite parts about you that we'll get to soon. But it's just so much fun getting to know you and all your friends. And then, my life got a little busier with kids, so my Wednesdays got tied up. But I still see everything you do, and I'm envious. I'm jealous. I love it all.
And you'll get there someday. So my Tuesday nights, that is Millennium Run Club, I can't go to anymore. It's my son's only night off from work, and that's the only time I can really see him is Tuesday night. So I can't go. So then we find Run, Walk, Brew, and it's Wednesday nights, which is perfect. My kids are both working. I'm, able to just go to the Run Club. So you'll get back to that spot someday, maybe in just a few more years, where you're able to get back out there.
It might be sooner than you think, actually, which
Yeah.
might be nice now that schedules are getting a little more in line. So
Yeah.
might be sooner than later.
And just like anything else, you ebbs and flows, where sometimes it works out and you have to change your night and figure out what run club you're going to go to or what activity you're going to do because your life changed a little bit for a few years. And then you go back to whichever one you want to do. And it works out every time.
I just love that there's options and that a lot of the same people cross over no matter what the run club is. People just want to get out and be active and hang out with their friends. So
Right.
At first, I thought I was cheating on Millennium a little bit. But after a while, I feel equally part of both clubs. They have different tones and tempos. Like the Run Walk Brew is a little bit more laid back, definitely less structured, more chummy, to your point, Eric. The drink after, part of the whole experience. And Millennium's gotten a lot bigger. But I mean, we show up on a Tuesday and there's 50 people out of 150 that you'd consider close friends. And I love that.
We always say we're going to go run with, about 100 of our closest friends. And it's because we really do have all these people that we love genuinely and we have had great times over the years with. And that matters,
Yeah, they're awesome people. And the cool part is, for someone like me who's not a member currently of any of these clubs, I know when Erica goes to one on Tuesday that I can join her and kind of like just pay. I don't know what it is. And I know I can go to a Run Walk Brew on a random Wednesday and like just do like, I don't know what they call it, if it's a day pass or a one time where I just pay for my own beer. But I know like
$20 to just
I know I'm
year,
welcome to every event, even if I'm not a member. I should just sign up. But I digress. I might put you on the spot here, but typically I like to ask someone, what was your big marathon? What was your first marathon or your first big race? But I want to spin it a little bit with you together. What was one of your first races? And it can be individual or together, but where you trained together, where maybe one of you was training, the other one was supporting or cheering or along the journey, or maybe you both trained together for that Tough Mudder or for the Manchester City Marathon. Is there a race that comes to mind after the two of you met where, say, someone's like, I want to do this marathon, and the other person's like, let's do it, I'll help you get there?
That's a good question. So for me, Tough Mudder was it, because I was genuinely scared about obstacles and how far and the distance up a mountain. And this is a big endeavor that I just said yes to and I know nothing about. So right up until the moment of the race, I was scared. Like, oh my God, I'm so nervous. I'm so nervous. But we trained together. We did a lot of hiking, biking. He walked me through it. It was just one of those, he helped me not be afraid. And so that was my first. Now, at the time, we were friends and he just helped write out a plan for me and got me there. And it was not even as a couple. It was just as a friend who's helping train. And that was huge. That was my first real eye-opening event. That was a big event for me because it was my first time doing something big, that he helped me plan, train for, do the right things. And it just was that support that the Millennium did anyway. Everybody supported you, but he was like helping me plan it out. So that was for me the first big one.
I was going to say the same thing.
The two of you were, even though you were not together, you're both single, just like in the run club friends.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
Could you tie the knot then for me and tell me how the two of you became an item?
So more of the same. So over, the next 6-9 months or whatever, he was going through his divorce. I was, trying to finalize my divorce. And we just showed up every Tuesday night or Thursday night run. And it was just your social time with friends. And over time, we kept training together. And us and other people. And, if we were going to do something, it was a group of us. And eventually, I want to say one time we went and did something together, just the two of us. And it was like, it kind of fell into place, I would say. And it was never like, it just happened.
It wasn't like a specific moment.
Yeah.
It was more, over time, we got closer. We put ourselves in an environment where oh, this could be something. And at first, we were just going to date forever because
Yeah.
neither one of us were ever going to get married again. We've had more marriages than I want to admit to between the two of us, and I have twice as many as her. But
You kind of
Yeah.
just let it happen, though, it seems.
we did.
Yeah.
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 And eventually you go out and you do one or two things together with just the two of you. And
Yeah.
and Erica, jump here at any point. But I kind of want to know also the reaction of everybody else in these run clubs you're a part of.
Yeah, like could anybody see it happening as
So
like even
that
your
is-
closest friends?
That is a fun story. So it was at one point we were at a race and the after party and it's a big to do and Greg Audette said to
Wondering
me,
if you could bring up
he
Greg.
goes, oh, he said, yeah, I always thought you and Eric were a couple, kind of like another couple that he thought was a couple, but they weren't. And they were just
Mhm.
running friends. And he's like, yeah, I thought you guys were a couple too, but you guys are just like them. And I was like, well, we are actually a couple. And he was like, what? Oh my God, you guys are a couple? So a lot of people said to us, oh, we saw it happening. And you guys definitely, we knew it was going on. So there was a lot of comments that people were like, oh, it really is happening. So yeah, it was fun.
So you had a lot of people who were like, it's about time. Like we,
Yes.
we wanted
I
this
think-
to happen
Yeah,
for you.
a
We were
little bit.
shipping you guys together.
Yeah.
I saw you
That's
playing
incredible.
footsies under that table kind of thing.
Aw, stop it.
You guys can't fool us.
That's right. Yeah.
So that was well before we met. Since I met you that night at the Shamrock Half, if I ever go to a Millennium race or just really almost any race, hamster wheel,
Yeah.
I see you. If you're not running, you're supporting. Maybe Tracy's running and Eric's on his bike supporting. Maybe Tracy's out there supporting someone else and Erica's out there supporting Tracy, supporting somebody else.
Right.
Like you two are everywhere. So like, do you have a calendar? Do you track everyone's races? Do you, for instance, do you have friends out there who have races coming up in the future and you're like, oh, somebody asked us to go to dinner on this day, but no, we have to go because Becky has a race and we need to be there for Becky.
100%. As a matter of fact, Ghost Train is coming up. And, our great friend, Badass Sheila, she might be doing Ghost Train and she might need
Yes.
some support. But what did we sign up for? The New England Half Marathon. And I'm
Which
like,
is the next
well,
day, the next morning.
maybe I'd be doing the New England Half Marathon virtually so I can go support Sheila. So I have her event on my calendar and I have to make that decision if I'm doing a virtual half marathon so that I can be there to support Sheila. So we do this all the time. What's our calendar look like? And we'll put things on our calendar that are races for other people and sometimes forget who they're for. Why did I put that race on my calendar and I didn't write a name next to it, but I know I'm not running it. And then it'll come out who's running it and we show up. Like the cheap marathon. We were like, oh, is anybody running that? We happen to be free. And like, Dan and Kathy happened to be running it and Sheila and like these people we didn't even know were there because they didn't really tell us. And so we end up showing up and, oh, there's some of our favorite friends. And so we, go and cheer them on. But if we know about it, we put it on our calendar. So Dan, Kathy, and Sheila have a big one coming up at the end of July. And then Ghost Train, Hamster Wheel, if they're doing it, we add those to the calendar and just to be good support.
Oh, so you guys are going to go cheer them on for the Ragged 75, aren't you?
Yes.
Oh, you guys
Yeah.
are wonderful. Because that was one. I
Can't
wanted
necessarily
to-
bike support up and down Ragged.
No,
Different
no,
bike,
not
but-
quite. But I was supposed to go the other day, like just this past weekend. I was like, oh, Sheila, I'll totally go for a hike with you. And I was like, what are you looking for? Thinking she was just going to tell me like, oh, maybe like an 8-mile hike, something like that. And she's like, oh, I think it's like 30 something miles. I have a marathon next weekend. So this will like drop way in the future. But I was like, oh, I don't know if I can do that, but I'm hoping to like squeeze in some time to help her train a little bit. And like, if I can be there for her for that, I would love to do that as well. And Dan and Kathy too, because I think they are just absolutely amazing. And just I love that you step up for your friends like that.
And sometimes, like for instance, Melissa Cummings and Jill and Eric's mother have been talking, and they're going to potentially do the women's marathon in New Orleans.
No way.
Yes. So Vera, his mother, has signed up for that. and she's trying to get me to sign up. Well, there's no way I'm doing a marathon in February or March. I'm just not doing it. But
We might go down.
we
and
may
support.
go support and go do our cheer thing.
I
Down
mean,
in
it's
New
a trip
Orleans.
to New Orleans.
That's
Right?
amazing.
Yeah.
Bring some
With great
beads
people.
down while you're there. Is that
Yeah.
Mardi Gras time?
It's not.
February is Mardi Gras.
Yeah, so I think it's his mom just told me yesterday it's not Mardi Gras time. And I said, well, a trip to New Orleans will still be fun.
I mean, it might be
so-
more fun because it won't be crazy.
Right. Yeah.
And
Probably
you get to go
worth
down
it.
there, cheer on people. You know, Eric, figure out a way to get your bike down there.
Right. Or
Or
rent
rent
something-
one. Yeah, no, I'll
Sure.
figure it out.
Yeah.
I'll
Which
figure
is
it
something
out.
I want to talk about because half the time I see you, you're on two wheels. If you're not running the race again, you're
Yeah.
pulling up
Yeah.
and saying, hey, on two wheels. I think I was running the Manchester City Marathon a couple years ago, and you pulled up to me around mile like 6 or 7 and said, hey, and then I saw you somewhere else on the bike. The Delta Dental Elliott 5K, you were on the bike, 4,000 runners, but you're there on the bike supporting everybody. So do you go there with a different, like when you have friends out there running and you're not? Like, what are you doing for those friends besides cheering? Like, Eric, I think you had a
Oh.
backpack full of everybody's water bottle and fuel,
Every
right?
time.
So first of all, I don't want it to sound like I schedule cheering for everybody. It's not that formal. It's more honestly that the races for Millennium have been so ingrained in me. I either sign up for them or I plan to attend, and then I get close to it and I decide, my knees are shot, and I'm trying not to say knees too many times during this podcast because all I do is complain about my knees, but it's real life. And
Yeah.
I'll go, and instead of run, I'll just ride the bike. The same thing with training. Like if I go to the track tomorrow, or I don't know where we are tomorrow, I may or may not run, but I will definitely go, and I'll definitely, support whoever's there. Back to your question was...
Do you often bring a backpack?
So when I do, I have a giant backpack. It's like this wide that I empty and I throw it on my back. And I will tell people, if you have anything you want to get rid of, feel free to overdress for the start, because people hate wearing like something that they have to ditch. And I say, I'll gladly take it, and I'll make it a point to go past everybody I recognize and ask, do you have anything you want to ditch? And I'll get it back to you later.
So he'll do during a half marathon easily 30 plus miles because he goes back and forth so many times, and he'll be like, okay, now I got to go check on so-and-so. This is a big race for them. They're trying to PR, and he'll go up and stay with them for a while and take their belongings and then come back to me, and then maybe go back a little further to a few people that are slower than me, and then go do the whole rounds again and make sure everybody's okay and take all their
That is
stuff.
a huge workout in itself. Like,
Yes.
I hope you are giving
It's
yourself
fun.
enough credit for that. Like, yes, it's fun, but that is so much work, and we appreciate it.
It's more
And-
fun
We all
sometimes
do.
than
And I
racing.
hear you. I
I mean,
can't
yeah.
stress enough how rewarding it is for me. Like I am
love
not
that you feel that way.
doing it.
I
Because
really
he
do.
can't
It's
run
amazing.
if his knees are hurting, and every time he'll run, his knees end up hurting for a few days. And the doctors told him at one point you'll need a knee replacement if you keep going. So
So you're doing the smart thing, but
so
also helping
biking
people.
is an activity that doesn't put all the pressure on the knees and is good. So it's actually a workout for him that he can do in supporting people.
And you
So,
enjoy it.
Yeah,
Best of both
which is
worlds.
awesome. Yeah.
And sometimes, Eric, I feel the same way, and it's maybe just because we have the same name, we spell it correctly, and our name's awesome, and it just
Definitely
makes
correctly.
us
We
awesome.
would not be on this podcast right now if you spelled your name wrong.
Exactly. But sometimes just seeing other people succeed and supporting others gives you
Yes.
more thrill and enjoyment than sometimes going out there and working hard for your own goals.
Yep.
Not that we don't want to do that, but just you get some type of joy out of that and being part of someone else's journey. And that's kind of why we wanted to do this series, because, every couple, every married couple, or anyone in any kind of partnership, they have this journey together. I love the whole story about how you're connecting and how you supported each other and the marathon and the training and the biking. But you know what? It doesn't always go right. Do you have any of those stories? A code brown, doesn't have to be.
You're not getting out of this easy. You got to have some stories for us.
Doesn't have to
Right.
be actual crap, but it could be. Do you have any code brown stories for us?
So I actually have one that's just me, but we actually have a supporting couple story that I'll let Tracy tell. So mine's not complicated is just disgusting. I was literally trail running, where I lived in Merrimack at the time, and I'm about a mile and a half in and had to do something. So the shirt came off. I went behind a rock. The shirt did not come back onto the run with me.
I have one of those.
I ran home, and it was horrible.
Yes,
I
Eric
had that
is
in
quite
high school.
familiar.
I don't know if there's
Yeah,
a good way to tell these stories, but
Yeah. I had that in high school, and I never went back for the shirt, and I felt bad that I didn't do it.
You
So
littered.
now what's funny is I always try to, if I know it's coming, plan it, and that's very hard to plan, right? But I tried to put the shirt somewhere where I can go back and take it back, and if it's salvageable, it's usually not, but I could salvage it, and if not, probably dispose of it. And this has happened like 3 times, and the one time was high school where I didn't, and the other 2 times I'm like, okay, I'm going to put it behind this rock, like 30 feet off the trail, by the way, too, not like
Same.
right on the trail. Yeah, because you have to go. You just feel that way, right? You have to. Yeah, you can take a number 2 on the side of the trail, but your cleanup job, you don't want it to be within
Right.
sight of anything.
Yeah.
So it was actually my birthday. I think it was my 39th birthday. And I went for a run. I'm on the Rockingham Rail Trail near Candia. And I had a code brown. And so I went, again, what I thought was far enough away. And I took care of everything. And I thought I could carry the shirt out with me. And I had that awkward moment when I was walking up the embankment of the trail with a shirt covered in crap in my hand. And this girl walks by walking her dog. And I was like, so embarrassed. Why was I in sight? Why do I have this shirt? Why did I try to save it? I should have gone back later. It's my 39th birthday or something like that.
Oh my God.
I've had that. I don't
too
even
bad you
know if
couldn't
I
edit
shared
that
them.
out.
Yeah.
I don't remember those details. I remember something like I thought you said you had one.
Code
on
brown on
that,
my birthday, but like the
Yeah,
story about
but
running
that
into
was-
the lady with her dog, and the
Nope, you
dog
didn't
obviously was like wanting to like,
What's going on? Oh, gross.
Sniffing. Like, no,
So
you
my-
don't want.
So
You don't
my
want to come near me.
story, we go to the West Side Arena and we're gonna run 10 miles. So I decided to go to the Fisher Cat Stadium, come back, get some water, and then go back out the opposite way.
Mhm.
And my stomach just wasn't feeling it. I was running extra slow that day, and we got back to the car, had some water, got out to the rail trail, and all of a sudden it hit me. Now he's on his bike. I didn't bring anything. I had no tissues. We didn't have a backpack. We didn't have any stuff. And all of a sudden I was like, and we have a friend that lives on the rail trail. And I'm like, we're not far from her house, but I just don't know if I can make it. And so he's like, well, we could go out to the Market Basket or whatever store was out there. And I'm like, okay, yeah, let's do that. Well, I get to a point, there's no going anywhere. I'm like, it's going to happen right here. And it was like, there's
Oh, no.
houses, there's like a road right there.
If a car had come by,
Anybody could have seen me, but there was
Oh,
no way I could have stopped and gotten somewhere. So I go in the woods and I'm like near tears, crying, like, I can't believe this is happening. I run to the woods and I'm literally in sight. He takes his shirt off and gives it to me. And I did leave his shirt behind. I did bury it, but it's right off the trail. There was not very far in. So hopefully nobody ever found that shirt.
But
that
he
was
gave
under
you
my
his
wings.
shirt.
Mhm.
it's
That's
growing a
incredible.
bunch of different
True love.
shapes now because she buried
Yes.
it.
So I had a code brown, but he saved me and he went home shirtless.
True love.
Oh,
Honestly.
that's great. I hope, you know what, we would give you our favorite shirt if we had to.
Oh,
That's what we would
nice.
do.
Every minute of every day.
Yeah.
Right.
It was worth it.
Oh,
Tracy, there's actually, I think, a code brown story of Erica's. Now, again, we know the definition of a code brown. It's just, oh crap moments.
Yep.
And one of my favorite moments that I've ever seen Erica was at the Hamster Wheel Ultra. And she's trying to get a 100-miler. And I show up to support her, and she's not in the mood to see me. But you were out there supporting her. I even think you were crewing for Sheila, and
Yes.
you bailed on Sheila for good reason. Sheila was fine. You had a big crew. Everybody was there.
Yeah.
And you joined Erica. Tell me
Yeah.
about that day. Like,
You can give them all the detail.
when did you realize that Erica needed you?
So this was good. So we get there in the middle of the night or the night before, we do some miles and we go home and we sleep. And Sheila always says the hardest part is, between, 3 and 7 in the morning, because it's really dark. You're by yourself out there. You're exhausted. So we go back at like 3 or 4 in the morning. We, in crewing for our friends, ended up, I think I did 24 miles that day. So Sheila's getting closer and closer. Erica's getting closer and closer. And we're supporting Sheila and we're talking and trying to keep Sheila going. And Erica goes by and Sheila goes, "How are you?" And she's like, "Not good." And she starts crying. And Sheila goes, "You go with her right now." So I go with Erica, and it was not quite your last lap, but maybe it was.
I think I might have had maybe 2 or 3 after that, because once you brought me in, I picked up a couple of other people who were like, "You need help." And
so
I was like,
I brought you back, and then we went back out for Sheila, who then, by the way, was in even worse shape than I think you were at that moment. So
she was in physical pain. Yes. I was just emotionally drained, and like I couldn't control my face, like basically.
But the reason I knew that was a thing is Sheila talked us through what happens in an ultra, and this is what's going to happen, and you go through these mental breakdowns and you don't think you can keep going. That's when I need the most help. And of course I recognize that, and okay, how do you get through that? Just keep talking, because Sheila will even say, "I can't talk, and I need just to keep going."
Tracy can keep talking.
I don't know if you know me. I can keep talking.
You did everything right. Once I picked you up.
Yeah.
You did absolutely everything. You got me to laugh a little bit. You got me to so what my problem was is I thought I was running out of time and I was so close.
Yes.
But you're like, you have plenty of time. And that's all I needed, somebody to tell me that I could do it, that I had the time. And it kind of picked me up a little bit. But you said exactly the right things, and it got me in a better headspace. And so every minute that I was with you helped me exponentially.
Yay.
Was that why you weren't in a good mood, Erica? Or was it just our 28 of 100 miler?
All of the above. But like it was a mental thing. I just really thought I wasn't going to do it. And this was my 3rd attempt at it. And I was going to be so bummed if I if I had 96 miles or something, like running out of time, I would have been so pissed.
Yeah.
So it really was just a mental game.
Yeah. And you get to, and like I said, Sheila talked us through that. You lack of sleep, not well hydrated, all that good stuff. And it's the middle of the night hours that are hard.
So cold that night. Oh, I remember. It was freezing.
Yeah. So, I mean, this was during the day. I think you were getting close to your end, but it was like you were at that breaking point, and Sheila had pointed it out that happened. So,
so you're good people. Good. She's good people. Just, I'm so glad that she told you to like, hey, go with her. Yeah. I needed you, but I wasn't going to ask for you.
Right.
Like, I'm not that kind of person. But
she had, like Eric said, a lot of pain after that. And so we ended up getting her in too, but like, that's it.
She got 100 milers and Erica got 100 milers on the same day, right?
Yeah, they both did. Yeah.
And that was Sheila's first 100 miler.
Yes. No.
Wait, she had Ghost Train, I think, before that, right?
Okay.
She did Ghost Train before that. So it just is nice to know. And so that's why the Ghost Train thing this year, I think I want to be there in that morning and maybe not do my own half marathon. So
you'll do your own.
I will.
You will. If you go out there, you could do 15 miles with her. There you go.
Yeah. So it might be a little slow. I'll walk them, but that's okay. I'm still going to do it.
I always remember that race because I showed up, I think, 3 different times, in the beginning, the middle, and the end. And when I showed up at the end and with the boys, I go down on the trail. And I don't think it was you, Tracy, because I think you were doing your final lap, Eric, with these 2 guys. Mm-hmm. And she walks by me. And if Erica's ever been rude to me in her life, it was in that moment right then and there. And I'm with my boys and I'm taking out the camera. And she's like, "I'm not in the mood, dude.
I was
not
there
in
for
the
that.
mood."
Yeah.
I remember that.
And then she comes back around the finish because that was on the trail. She comes around the finish and she says something like, her mood got a little better on camera.
I'm telling
she goes,
you, Tracy.
"I got to take a shit."
But that was one of my problems too. I was like, I couldn't poop all day long, like the whole race up to that point, and I was so feeling sick and gross.
Yeah.
And then I could finally poop, and I was like, "Yeah, let's get this done."
Yes.
So
That'll change your attitude.
All those combos helped.
After my moment on that rail trail, I ended up running back, and I did less miles than I was supposed to that day. And he goes, "Wow, you're really running well now." And I'm like, "Yeah, I just needed to lose some stuff." It happens.
That was a fun day. That was a fun like whole race week, and it's one of my favorites. Except for the fact
I'd say
that
it was
I brought
fun, but I felt accomplished.
Well, yeah, but I mean, just being there, I love going and being more like Eric here, watching, supporting, crewing. I'll one day do one. It'll probably be hamster wheel, but it was a lot of fun to go and see. And that's when Tracy, you were stretching with Adeline, and the boys kind of can roam. The only bad memory I have of that is I brought the camper for Erica, and she never touched it.
Somebody else did, though. Didn't somebody else go in it? It was well used.
It was cold, right?
It was freezing.
That was a cold night, yeah.
If I personally had gone in there, I wouldn't have come back out. Like it was that bad out. But people did use it. It just wasn't me.
Right.
My race would have been kaput.
Good intentions, but yeah.
Thanks, Eric.
Well, when I do it, I think I know now. Don't bring a camper because I'll probably
it depends what your goal is.
No, I'll probably stop running. My goal is to beat you.
You have to bring.
I see.
It's been laid down.
You got to bring the heaters for the middle of the night.
You guys had the best heater. Right. It was literally just an open flame that, with a propane tank, but it was heater. Wonderful.
Yeah. So that's the big thing. You got to bring the right supplies, Eric.
Yeah. Yes, I do get asked to bring the heat and to support for that one. That is true. I forgot about
Eric
that.
gets asked to bring the heat all the time.
As I'm saying it, I'm like, oh, this is going to sound wrong.
I'll tell you, when I do hamster wheel, Erica's not going to know. I'm going to sign up as an alias, and she'll probably be running it. And then I'll be like, I'll have the Adidas pants with the buttons that you rip off, and it'll be like, hey, I couldn't support you in the beginning unless I signed up. So rip the pants off. Let's go.
You know what? I want this to happen so badly. So if you're gonna do it, let's go. I'm signed up this year.
An alias name though.
We'll be the support crew, so you'll have to let us know.
Yeah.
But
you will know.
Then your ultra sign up page is gonna have a weird name on it.
I'll talk to the RD or something. I'll figure it out.
Oh,
I just can't have my name show up. I did look the other day to see which one Erica signed up for. It was the 30. I was like, I don't know if I could pull the 30 off. I could do the 6 or 12. Yeah.
I mean, you sign up for the 30. It's like basically the same price as the other one, and you just run whatever you want. You can take longer breaks.
You know what I could do, Tracy?
I try to encourage people to do the big stuff.
I could sign up for the 30, get there for the start, run a few,
and
then go handle kids' things at home if I have to. Then show up back in the middle of the night and finish.
I'm telling you.
Exactly.
I got 30 hours.
You can do that.
And I could still beat Erica.
That's right.
You got this.
Sure, Eric. Whatever you say.
Good luck.
Well, this has been a lot of fun. We're not done yet, but we have 2 final questions brought to you by our amazing sponsor, My Race Tatts. All right, my question is, and I want to ask you this question. I'm going to ask every couple on this series this question. This is my big question. I'm taking away the hot take just for the summer. All right, but this is brought to you by My Race Tatts. Here is my big question for the series. What advice would you give any other new running couple? Doesn't even need to be a new running couple, but you guys run together, you support each other, you cheer each other on, you help each other get your goals. I want to hear what advice you would give to another running couple when you met them, or if someone asked you for the advice, actually. If Eric, great example. If a guy said to you, hey, my girlfriend's training for a race, I really want to support her, what do you think I should do? What advice would you give him?
So that's a very specific question. When you first started asking it, I was thinking more broadly. But I do it. Support. If you're running also, run together. If your partner is a slower person, it can be difficult to run with them because you can make them feel like you're pulling them along or pushing them. Also, and this is Tracy, and I think a lot of couples where she'll feel bad that I'm waiting for her. And I never want that. So being on something like a bike and biking next to your partner, just to keep them company, it totally eliminates that pressure. because you're on a different medium, and she's not worried that I'm getting a workout or not, and we can just chit chat and work out.
And I will add to that, when we have run together, because he's way faster than I am. When we were both running at the same time and training for something, we would sometimes go out to do the same distance, and he would modify his and go up and down little cul-de-sacs and run really fast and do his thing, and then catch up to me, stay with me for a minute. We chat for a second. How's it going? How do you feel? And then we keep going. And then he does the same thing all over again, goes through another cul-de-sac and comes back and meets me. And then I don't feel that pressure of, oh gosh, I got to keep up with him. I got to keep up with him. And then I'm not holding him back from his pace and making it so that he can't get a workout in, because that's not fair either. So supporting each other with their own pace so that you're not holding somebody back or pushing somebody too much, I feel like is a huge key. And then we've experienced injury opposite of each other. So that brought in the bicycle, where he could bike next to me when he was injured, vice versa. When I had an injury, I could bike next to him. And it just was nice how it flowed, and we didn't hold each other back ever.
That is good. Yeah, that's kind of a good way. Like, if you're both training but different speeds, it's a good way to be, I guess, alone together. Does that make sense? Like, you're still supporting each other, checking in on each other, making sure like everything's okay. But then you're still making sure you're getting the quality workout that you need. Right. And just, I like that you have that compromise with each other.
Yeah.
Takes out the guilt.
And that's sometimes hard to figure out, right? Like, especially for me and Eric, you know, a guy sometimes in our cases, or in Eric's case here, he's faster. And you kind of have to learn that. And you two have to communicate that too, I'm sure, over time. Did you communicate that, or did you kind of realize that, Eric, and you kind of develop that plan to make Tracy feel the way that you wanted her to feel in the training, where you don't lose anything, she gets what she needs, doesn't feel like she's holding you back? Was
We're
that more of a
super communicators. So you mentioned like, we're not talking about relationship type things, we're talking about running things, but like we communicate about everything. Like, we're never not talking to one another.
That's a very important skill to have as a
needs
couple.
Or wants. And if she wants to go out and run by herself, or go out walking with Maggie and not me, like that's okay too. So, I mean, communication, that's paramount to just about any part of life. And
and it just kind of happened, like, where we have done this bike support thing for each other again with the injuries and stuff like that. And then also during COVID, it became really difficult because you couldn't have big groups of running people, right? So you were trying to stay in a really small group. Well, this small group that we're part of was way faster. So it was out there. Right. So we picked a few people that we core run with, but they weren't my core people. They were his core people. So I was running by myself a lot. And that was where we had to communicate and say, this sucks. I might have cried a few times.
Being honest.
And then we figured it out. Like, okay, how can we be there for each other and not hold somebody back, and also be supportive? So that was a little bit of a learning curve, I think, because of COVID.
Good point.
And we kind of had to have that conversation together. Like, how can we do this? I'm by myself every day. You have this group of running people and I don't, because we were trying to stay smaller groups. But we figured it all out, and we talked about it and figured out how to make these big group things happen.
I tried to get her to quit running. She wouldn't listen.
That's not an easy thing to do.
No, he never did.
Oh, man. So you guys had mentioned being there for friends, and Ghost Train is coming up in October. But I want to know what else you guys have on deck for either the two of you to do together. Are you going on a vacation somewhere? Do you have time like that you're going to spend just the two of you? Or are you already planning more friend excursions? Like, what does the rest of the summer / fall look for you?
So it's mostly, so we have Ragnar, Vermont. Have you ever done that one?
I have. That one is a blast. Are you doing it with Sheila?
Yes.
Sheila,
Kathy, Dan, the big bad.
That's the one where you have a base camp.
Yes.
Right? You're not in a car driving around.
It's a favorite kind of thing.
We're glamping.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we're excited about that because it's new. And this year we're trying to do new things. Hence going back to the Halls Fast 5K. That's not new, but we hadn't done it in a while. trying to do
Yeah.
other things and Millennium. So we have Ragnar, Vermont coming up, which is a big deal. Supporting their Ragged 75. We're going to go support. We won't probably do a ton. And then New Hampshire 10 miler is obviously always a big one that we try
Yes.
to do.
And that's going to be a
Our
fun
favorite.
one. New course this year.
It's going to be
New stuff.
different, and I've heard it's hard, but it was hard before. So, and then we have
It was very hard
Reach
before.
the Beach. Reach the Beach.
Excellent.
This will probably be our last year on Reach the Beach. We
It'll
want
be our 8th year.
we want to try new things. So we want to try to do like maybe travel and go do a different Ragnar or a different like half marathon somewhere. And then in the fall, we really don't have much. I signed up for the New England half. Again, I have to decide if I'm going to do that virtually now. And then the rest of the little races, we kind of just decide as we go. And so no big things this year. The next big thing we have for travel is we're going to Sicily next year.
My oldest
Ooh,
daughter
not a
is
big
getting married in Sicily.
Wait, say that again?
My oldest daughter is getting married in Sicily.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
27. Yeah.
So that's our next big trip.
Yeah.
And nothing really big on the agenda coming up for as far as running things or anything.
You guys are
big for
still
us.
going on adventures. You guys, the Trail Ragnar. I mean, Reach the Beach in itself
Right.
is always an adventure. But
We kayak
are
every
you-
second we can.
Yeah. We're out on our
See,
kayaks
getting
every
out.
minute.
I love that. I love
Where do you
that.
like to kayak?
Oh, we have
What's in Raymond?
Pawtuckaway.
Pawtuckaway.
Pawtuckaway is one of our favorites. We have friends that live at Hampton Beach, and we've gone kayaking at the Ocean Bay there a few times, and it's been wonderful. And then we just go to the Merrimack River a lot in Bow.
There's a boat launch in
There's a
Bow.
boat launch, and we go up the river to the sandbar. It's 2 miles, and we putz around and throw the frisbee, and then coming back
Sounds like the
downstream is
perfect day.
You
yeah,
guys are
it's wonderful
so
to come
cool.
back downstream because it's easier. So it's really great. We try to pick something new, every time we go. We're like, oh, what can we do that's new? And we'll pick somewhere random. So
You guys are
Kayaking,
honestly getting out
hiking.
and doing more different things than a lot of people. Like I am a creature of habit. I tend to do the same thing in the same place. So
we did
You
for a
guys
long
are-
time.
goals.
We're breaking out. We've done a lot more hiking because of Dan and Sheila and Kathy. We're trying to support them, and in that we've done some bigger hikes. We recently did a overnight backpacking trip to Mount Cardigan, which is why we have these shirts. Mount Cardigan.
See, they're matching. I commented on that in the beginning. I'm like, you guys really understood the assignment here.
We
On
we,
brand.
we
Perfect.
stayed at the cabin on top of Mount Cardigan for 2 nights, and that was super fun, like a new experience for us. We've done that twice now. So we're just trying to break out and do new things on top of our running and still keep our running friends. So like
It's good to be to do all that. Like I'm all into the ski. I need a break sometimes. So I love to ski in the winter. I can't wait till my boys are old enough to start mountain biking, and I'll probably mountain bike a lot more than I run.
Yeah.
And then I got 3 kayaks back at home and 2 canoes, and I can't wait until they're old enough to do it. Cause I've done 22 Saco trips in a kayak with camping.
Wow.
Right.
Whoa.
That
And
is
then just
awesome.
go into other lakes and stuff and exploring on the kayak is so fun. So when my
So
kids
fun.
can really, you should have seen my daughter yesterday, by the way. We're in Erica, what was the state park I was in?
Clough State Park.
I was in Clough State Park, and she's trying to do the paddleboard, but sit in like a kayak, and she's going in circles.
Oh, that's
I'm
fun.
like, we're gonna get there soon,
Yeah.
and you're gonna go on kayaking adventures with me.
Yeah.
Maybe not upriver because I think it would just push her
Right.
down, but we'll start with lakes. So
Right.
She needs to
you do
build
a
the
lot
arm
of the
strength
cool
first.
stuff I love to do, and you mix it up, which I think is key,
Yeah.
even to not just an individual, but in a relationship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's what we love about each other. And that's why we're together. It's like, no matter what we're doing, somebody's injured and, okay, you can't run right now. Let's go for a bike ride. Let's go hop in the kayaks. Oh, you want
What
to hike
can
this
you do?
time? What can we do?
Let's
And it's
figure it out.
always fun. It's always an adventure. And, we're both just agreeable. Oh, yeah, sure. We'll do that. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
And it's always fun. Like we always just have a blast no matter what activity it is. And, sometimes you have to have a couch day where you have marathon TV instead of a real marathon.
Wow, look at you.
Yeah.
That was good.
Mm-hmm.
Marathon TV
Yeah.
watching instead of training.
Love it.
It's good.
What are you watching
that doesn't
right
happen
now?
often. That's rare.
What are you
But-
guys watching right now? Is there anything you watch together, like binge watching? Are you like diving into the pit, or are you more like Erica, who likes to go back for the classics, Boy Meets World?
We're always watching some sort of reality. Right now, we're watching Outlast. It's where they're a team out in the woods and they have to like survive and outlast the other teams. So it's a little reality show.
We're big
Um,
Survivor fans.
Survivor is our favorite show.
Wasn't there a girl from New Hampshire on Survivor recently?
She just won.
She won. That's
Yeah.
right.
No shit.
She's
Yeah,
from New Hampshire?
she's from Hampton.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't
I
That's
realize.
don't remember her
awesome.
name, but I remember
Yeah.
she's from. Yep.
Yeah, not a big deal.
Not
Very
a big deal.
impressed.
Just $1
Little
million.
state.
Whatever. $2 million.
Oh, they
Yeah.
upped it for
So
inflation.
who's the big YouTube guy? The number one YouTuber. He does like contests and stuff.
Oh,
Mr. Beast.
Yes.
Mr. Beast.
They had him on and they literally had a coin flip to double the money, or the guy that flipped the coin was out. And he said, I'll flip the coin. He got $2 million for the winner and got to stay in the game.
Yeah.
And he was going to get
Wow.
voted out if he didn't do it. I'm turning this into a big Survivor thing. But
I love it.
anyway,
It's kind of
yeah,
fun.
he jacked it up to $2 million. So she won $2 million.
Yeah. So that's
I'm
our jam. We kind of watch a lot of things, but right now we're into the, reality Outlast to outdoors things.
hmm
Fun.
Well, outdoors is a huge part of you two, so
Right.
might as well stick with it.
Yeah.
Yes.
We could never outlast or survive it, but
Hey, ho,
we've watched
whoa,
enough
whoa.
of the series
I
that we
can
think
now.
we might
I've
be
seen
able
the TV
to.
show.
Yeah.
I can.
We probably
I would tap
gotta
out
move.
immediately. If I had to eat. So I actually started watching what just came back, Fear Factor. I would not
Mhm.
have lasted a second.
Yeah, no.
I would have been tapped out. I don't
Yeah.
think so.
That
So
wouldn't be for
that's
me
not my
either.
cup of tea.
No.
Well, I can only imagine getting right back. We didn't even talk about the wedding or anything, but I could just imagine how fun that wedding probably was with the whole entire running community.
We
Real
eloped.
quick.
He's
We eloped.
giggling.
It was.
Oh.
Let's just say it was the two of us, and leave it at that. We'll tell
So
you
wait,
off
what was the
camera
reaction
about
then?
our wedding.
Well, then
Yeah,
what
what-
was the reaction when you showed up and just like the first time when one guy's like, I always thought you were a couple. You're like, well, we are a couple. And he's like, what?
Yeah.
What was the reaction when you eloped and everyone's first time reaction?
I think everyone knew
we would
we were going to
eventually
get
married.
Mhm.
That wasn't a real big thing.
Right. And we did talk about having a big party at some point, and now it's been a couple years and we probably won't
Didn't
ever do
quite-
it.
Didn't quite get there, but we party all the time.
Yeah.
So
Well, we're going to find a date right now, guys. Everyone in the comments, tell us
Put
when
it in
you're
your
available.
calendar.
I already went ahead and asked my big question, as I'm going to call it, because it wasn't the last. But I'm going to give Erica an opportunity to ask hers. Again, these final two big questions brought to you by My Race Tatts. Erica, ask them your same question you ask everybody else.
So I changed
what is it,
up
Erica?
a
I'm so curious
little
what this
bit.
is going to be.
I changed it up a little bit.
Oh, okay.
So typically we do have our Spotify playlist where I will invite you guys to add a song, but I want to know what song embodies the two of you. Like, do you have a song? Like something you dance to or something you connected to? Like I want your love song.
We do have our song.
What is your song?
Go ahead.
Iris by the Goo Goo Dolls.
See,
Oh, yeah.
I love
Yeah.
this.
That's our song.
That's
So we'd
our
like
song.
to add that to your playlist. I know it's not a running song, but
I didn't
No,
ask
there's a
for
lot of
running
non-running
song.
songs on there
Nope,
already.
Nope.
Why that song, though?
I'd give up forever just to touch you. I mean,
Yeah.
that those lyrics are just perfect.
Gonna go
for
cry now. I'll be
you
back.
and I,
mhm.
for her and I.
I'm like
Yeah.
a widescreen, so I can't get on
Yeah.
that. But anyways, that's adorable. I
Well-
love that the two of you found each other through the run club, that you've connected. You're clearly the best friends. You communicate. Like this is everything that relationships should be built on. And
Yeah.
you guys are just living proof. So I love you guys.
We appreciate that.
we feel
Recently-
that.
I was going to
we
say we
had-
work hard at it, but we don't.
We don't
We
have
just,
to work hard.
You don't
at
have
it.
to.
We
It's
just
who we
natural.
are.
Yeah.
So
Recently, we had the Lots Bombs on, Chris and Elena from the BAA. This is around Boston Weeks last April. And I said at the end of that episode, you need to find someone like Elena who looks at you like the way she looks at Chris. But this whole time, every time Tracy's talking, it's Eric looking at Tracy the way
Aw.
Elena looked at Chris. And it was great. And he kind of maybe would be back a little bit. So, he wasn't in your view and just his smile and everything. I love it. And I love the two of you. And I'm so happy you're kicking off this series for us
Oh.
because of the support from not episode 1, but the day we first met.
Right.
And that was
Yeah.
like, Erica and I think we went back. It was either 10 or 12. We went back to the car. Do you remember this, Erica?
Yes, I do.
And we were recording in the car. The landscaping guy was around us, so we had to move. And we were talking about how we just met you and Tara and a few others. We went out for beers, and it was so much fun. And I was just so excited to like hand out stickers.
And I had those stickers forever. And when I moved, I lost them, but I have the magnets still.
Oh, I can give you more stickers next time I see you. I usually have them somewhere, so
We'll
I'll
actually
give you
order a
some.
ton and have them delivered to you. But
Slap them everywhere.
I need the
One thing
magnets.
I'll give you some magnets too.
But one thing I remember from that day actually was we just had Sarah Halleck on the podcast, and we all know and love Sarah a lot.
Yep.
And I think you just listened to it before that. And as much as new as we were as a podcast, I took so much like pride in editing and having it sound really good. And that was one of the first things you said to me. This is episode 10. Don't go back and listen. It sounds horrible. But Trace, you were like, you guys sound legit. Like it's edited. It's flowing. There's
You guys
no like the
keep it
mics are the right
flowing.
way.
That's a big deal.
That's
Which
because
you'll-
he edits it out.
Yeah. And you gave me that compliment, and I was like,
Aw.
yes, somebody noticed the work I put in. And now you get to see some of the behind the scenes, like when I was like, hold on, let me say that over again. Like, editing's a beautiful thing. But you two have been so supportive. So I'm so thrilled that you kicked this off for us. This is perfect for the series. Episode 1 of 8. I want to shout out just Back in Action, OOfos, and My Race Tatts for sponsoring this entire series. Erica and Tracy, you're awesome. Erica, any final words for our incredible guest?
I just want to say thank you guys for joining us. This has been so nice to get to know you guys better because we do see you all over the place, and I want to keep seeing you all over the place.
We'll be
You're
there.
always there for your friends, myself included. Like Tracy has seen me at my lowest pretty much. So just thank you for supporting
you did
your
great.
That was
Like,
Hamster Wheel.
That was Hamster Wheel a few years ago, and like just she knew how to lift me up, and she wasn't even my pacer. Like I stole her from Sheila, so thank you, Sheila. Thank you, Tracy. Like
There's no
Eric, you
stealing.
guys-
There's enough of us to go around.
That's right.
Yeah.
But you guys are so wonderful to just be there for your friends, and I hope that we can be there for you because you are just always so wonderful to see, so smiley and energetic.
You
and
guys are
you're
exactly the same.
wonderful
That's how we
friends,
feel
so-
about you.
Well, I think
you.
I might be supporting you. Well, maybe not supporting you because you're faster than me. But coming up, there might be a big race. I don't know, at the end of June. It's somebody's birthday. Erica's birthday.
Oh.
big
I'm
one.
party pacing that. I'm gonna I want to have a freaking parade down in Goffstown, so we're gonna
We'll
have
be
a
there.
blast.
I don't know.
gonna
Did
be
you sign
fun.
up for a race that day? Okay, I'll be there.
They do race day signups if all else fails. So
I have
be
not
fun.
signed up yet, but I will be there in one way or the other.
I can't wait. That's one of my favorites too. I really like
It's a
that
good
one.
one.
I've done it a few years in a row
You know,
now.
it's always fun to go after a race drinking in a high school parking lot. Right?
That's right.
don't tell certain people that we do that. It's
So
very
true.
against the law.
Yeah.
I'm,
we can't
I'm
actually do
hoping,
that.
and I know this race was last week, but I'm hoping that it's one of those hot days where we all cross the finish line and run another 100 yards down the boat ramp right into the lake.
And I've never actually done that, but everybody does. So this year I'll be prepared for it so that I
Yes.
have the right things.
Perfect.
Last year was
I
cold
did it
and
one
rainy.
year.
So.
Yeah, I did it 1 year, and it was so much fun. Like it was like me, Eric, Lindsay, a couple other
Sheila.
people. Like
Sheila
Sheila
was
was
there.
there. Like
Yep.
yes,
Yeah.
I am on board with all of that.
So we'll
I
be
will
there.
join.
All right, I'm so
We'll
excited to
jump
see
in the
you guys
lake.
soon. This is great.
Well, this was a lot of fun. Thank you for doing this. Thank you for jumping on board. My favorite reaction was when I sent Tracy the message. I got a yes in all caps, and then it says, "This is Eric, by the way." I'm like, awesome.
He took my phone.
Guys, I hope you enjoyed this. These perfect summer series, the
great.
Summer of Love on the On the Runs podcast. When you see Eric and Tracy out there, because I know you're going to, say hi. If you got something, give it to Eric. He'll throw it in his bag. These two are
100%.
some of the best out there, supporting everyone, supporting us since the day we met from the very beginning. Tracy
Right.
and Eric on the On the Runs podcast. That was wicked awesome.
Thank you.
Tracy and Eric, thank you so much for being our first couple for the Summer of Love series. We were so excited to talk to you more. We just love anytime we get to see you is a great time for us. So thank you for spending time with us, and it was nice to get to learn about your love story.
That was wicked awesome. That was so much fun. I posted the Tomorrow on the Pod post earlier, and a few of the comments were like, everyone loves these. They can't wait. They love these two people. They're incredible. Tara Pterodactyl, I know I always bring her up, but Tara Pterodactyl said something. I go, fun fact, we met Tracy and Eric the same day we met Tara Pterodactyl. And she was like, I didn't even know them then. So we've known Tracy and Eric longer than Tara Pterodactyl did. But that was like such a fun day. Episode 12 or around episode 12 that was. And then we're at like 242 today. This does count as a real number, by the way. Even though we're calling it like the first of the series, it's 242, baby.
Absolutely.
But that was incredible. Thank you so much for, I hope you guys are enjoying this. Let us know. Let us know if you're enjoying the way we're doing our sponsors, ad reads. Let us know if you like the series, because I'm sure you don't miss the old classics or the best ofs. Like this is more fun. We get to talk to more people.
Honestly, it is more fun, especially for us, because we get to revisit some people that we've spoke to in the past, but we also get to see some new faces. You guys should be having fun with this, I hope. Fingers
And
crossed.
speaking of people we spoke to in the past, next week's guests are two amazing lovebirds who we met a few months ago in Boston at the post-race show. You guys are going to love their episode next week, but we got to go because this is the deal. We're doing these and giving 6-star a little bit of a break. So guys, follow her 72 hours with the horseflies and the dragonflies and the giant mosquitoes. Good luck in your ultra.
I
Don't
just put the
die.
bug zapper down. I should be fine, and I should be getting content, at least something.
Yeah.
And if all else fails, Caroline is my backup. Love you, Carol. So, you guys, I hope you have an incredible week. We will be back next week with another awesome Summer of Love episode.
And one last time, thank you to our amazing partners, Back in Action, New Hampshire, My Race Tatts, and OOfos. Please check out the links in the show notes. Do the pain-free guide. You just type in your name and your email, and then you get the guide sent to you. Get your check engine light checked, like I should have done with my truck, because my truck broke down during my camping trip. We'll talk about that.
We didn't even get to talk about it, I know.
Yeah. Well, we're doing a Tro's Only episode at the end of July, and we'll catch up on
We got a lot. We have a lot
It's
to
fine,
talk
we
about.
think. Knock on wood. Like, I think we're out of the woods. We'll see. We'll see.
right.
Or am I getting a new truck? We'll see. We'll see. I don't want to. I
Suspense
want to
is
hit
killing me.
500,000 miles. Got to hit 500,000. But Erica, 6-star, take us home.
Thank you once again to our sponsors. Thank you, everyone, for listening. We hope you're having a wonderful summer. You know, we love you.
Don't fear the code brown.
And don't forget to stretch.
3, 2, 1.
Runners, whether you're training for your first 5K or your 10th marathon, injuries don't have to be part of the journey. At Back in Action in Concord, New Hampshire, we specialize in keeping runners like you healthy, strong, and on the road. We put together a free run guide covering injury prevention and recovery, built specifically for runners. Download it free, find the link in the show notes. Don't wait until something hurts. Get the guide, stay in the game.
Podcast brought to you by Back in Action Cryo NH. Am I saying cryo right?
It's Cairo, not
Cairo. Cairo. Okay. To you by Back in Action Cryo NH. I hope all you had a great 4th of July. I know I screwed it
You
up.
said cryo.
How do I say it?
Cairo.
Kai.
Cairo.
Like K-I-R-O. I'm doing
Yes.
Cairo.
Yes, Cairo.
Cool.
Cairo.